Is this the best minimalist small camera sling bag? I think so. Hey friends, Gary here. Welcome to today's video. Today I want to share my thoughts, opinions and experience of using the Alpaka Elements Stack Case sling bag right here from the perspective of an enthusiast photographer. Hopefully this will be interesting, entertaining and also useful, especially if you are also considering this bag for your camera carry solution. So I was actually looking for a small sling bag that I can use to carry a very basic setup for everyday photography. A camera, a couple of lenses and also everyday carry essentials. And there are so many bags out there that I think will do the perfect job. Even right now I have some sling bags that I think can fill the role properly. But this one is special because this bag is actually very small and I think I need the smallness of this bag. I think that is a very positive point and I will explain it later. So I went ahead and visit a nearest Alpaka store in Jakarta, Indonesia, and I bought this particular guy. And yeah, I bought it with my own money. I am not sponsored by Alpaka currently, although they have been sponsoring some of my videos in the past. But anyway, if you are interested to purchase this bag and you want to help this channel, which I will deeply appreciate, I will put some affiliate links right here. You will get some discount while at the same time I will get some small kickback to help this channel running. Anyway, I've been using this particular sling bag for about 5 months now. I've been using it as my camera carry solution for my everyday photography setup and also for just non-photography everyday carry solution as well when I want to do some remote work in coffee shops or things like that. And I think the bag performed wonderfully. I want to share my experience right here. I want to share what I like from this bag, what I don't like from this bag, and how this bag integrates into my daily everyday life and help me to carry the essentials that I need, whether it's photography related or not. Anyway, allow me to quickly share some basic specifications. The capacity of this bag is 2.1 liter. The dimension, it's 24 centimeters by 15 centimeters by 9 centimeters. And judging from the dimension and also the capacity, it is an extremely small bag. Now you might say, hey Gary, that's too small to carry a camera system. Yes, that is too small, but that has some advantages. Stay tuned, I will explain about the advantage of having a small bag later. It is also made from weather-resistant material. I think it was called Exoflux or something. I didn't really understand the technical specification, but all I know is that if it's raining, my gear will be protected inside because it is weather resistant. Also, the zippers are weather resistant as well, and they are very satisfying to use. The strap isn't the most comfortable in the world. It's actually quite thin and it's quite small, so sometimes when you have a lot of weight inside of your bag, it can feel like it cuts through your shoulder. But nevertheless, it is still comfortable enough in my opinion if you don't carry too much weight inside of your bag. The strap is also removable, so you can turn this small sling bag into a tag pouch that you can fit inside of another bag as well. Also, the strap has this maglocks mechanism, so you can quickly undo the strap as well. There are two main pockets on this bag. First is the front flat pocket that you can use to store smaller items. And also, interesting fact, it has this pass-through hole right here, so you can run cable through that hole and then use that cable to charge your phone if you store your phone right here with a battery bank inside of the main compartment. That's kind of nifty. And then there's also the main compartment right here, which has a built-in horizontal accordion style dividers to help you organize items stored inside. Now, interesting fact, I currently don't have an iPad mini, but you can fit an iPad mini 6 inside of this main compartment slot right here. Now allow me to share my photography loadouts, some different camera and lens setup that you can fit inside of the Alpaka Element stack case so that you can understand more about the capacity of this bag, how you can integrate this for photography. But before we start that, I want to show you this weird little guy right here. So this is camera dividers that I took out from my older camera bags. I made this kind of contraption right here using two separate dividers, turning it into one. I think this is very important if you want to use a non-camera bag like the Alpaka Element stack case and turn it into a pseudo camera bag, because you can then put this inside of the main compartment and you can have a divider. And I think that is nice because if you start to put camera gear inside, cameras and lenses without this divider, they will rub against each other inside of the main compartment and you'll start to get scratches on the lenses, on the cameras. That's not a good thing. So that's why I think this little hack is important if you want to use a bag like this to carry your cameras and lenses. So now allow me to share some of my typical loadouts for everyday photography. But before we continue, I need to explain first that I am currently using micro four thirds camera system simply because they are smaller, they are lighter, but still very competent. They can produce great image quality, and more importantly, they are very fun to use. Two of my main cameras for everyday photography is the Panasonic Lumix G100 and the Panasonic Lumix GF9. GF9 is a very simple, straightforward, not much features camera, but it is still very capable for everyday photography. I just love it so much. The G100 is slightly bigger, slightly heavier, but it features EVF, fully articulating screen, great manual control, great handling and grip right here. Just an excellent camera. So yeah, I will go back and forth between these two cameras with some lenses right here. Anyway, my first typical loadout features the GF9 with the Panasonic Lumix 14mm f2.5 lens right here. That's going to be my primary camera and lens to capture majority of photos for my everyday photography. And then usually I will carry a wide angle lens like the 7 Artisans 10mm f3.5 little pancake lens right here, together with a mild telephoto lens right here like an Olympus 45mm f1.8. This can fit easily into this side of the bag right here. And on the divider right here, I will usually put a video camera. Currently, my favorite for everyday kind of video is the DJI Action 4. It is just so compact, so lightweight, robust, and it can produce good enough video quality for everyday footage, and I just kind of put it right here. So as you can see, one camera, 3 lenses, and an extra action camera for video. On these smaller pockets inside of the main compartments, I do still have some extra SD cards right here, and also extra battery for my GF9 or G100. Different batteries. Currently I have the GF9 ones in there, and also a DJI Mic 2 for the DJI Action 4. Should I want to do a vlog, maybe a talking head video, things like that with the DJI Action, I just keep it handy right there. Next loadout, let's feature the G100 right here with the 12 to 32mm kit lens for everyday photography. This can also be my primary lens. It is versatile because it is a zoom lens. You can zoom in and zoom out and get different kinds of perspective. So this goes right here. And then I can still carry an extra lens right here like the Panasonic Lumix 35 to 100mm f4 to f5.6 mini telephoto lens, also great for everyday photography. And yeah, I can still have some space for my DJI Action 4 as well. Maybe stack up one more lens like a Panasonic Lumix 20mm f1.7. This is good for low light situation as well. And as you can see, everything fits nicely in the main compartment of the Alpaka Element stack case, still with the extra battery, extra SD card and microphone right there. Now let's go a little bit crazier and do two camera setup with this bag. So yeah, G100 with 12 to 32 right here on this side of the main compartment, and then the GF9 with the 7 Artisans 10mm f3.5 right here on this side of this bag, and I can still have some space for a mini telephoto 35 to 100 right here on the divider of the bag. As you can see, it's a little bit cramped, but you can still fit everything inside nicely. Two cameras ready at all times with different focal lengths. This is such a fun loadout. Last but not least, let me show you my typical non-photography loadout. Just some tech gadgets that I will use. For example, when I want to work in a coffee shop to get some things done, to work with my phone, something like that. So I have a couple of different items here, but the most important thing for me if I want to do remote working is a Bluetooth keyboard, a portable one like this guy right here. It can fit easily into this bag right here, and then I can also carry maybe a mouse as well, so I can get productive with my phone, and then a charger, and then usually I'd love to bring an earbud as well, a wireless earbud like my Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra earbuds right here. It works really great. And then a pen right here, I can just slide it into this slot right here. A small notebook, I can just jam it in there. And a cable, I will usually use this for charging. I can just put it on this slot right here, and voila, we have a nice working setup for working in a coffee shop or in a cafe, things like that. Now that I've shared some of my typical loadouts for this bag, now allow me to share some things that I like from this bag, beginning with the design. It's so stealthy, it's so slick, it's so inconspicuous, it doesn't scream camera bag, it doesn't scream expensive camera and lenses inside. It's just another sling bag that blends into the environment, that doesn't draw any kind of attention, and there's no obnoxious branding at all in this bag. You have the small Alpaka logo right here, but that's about it. There's nothing drawing attention, and I love it. That's very important criteria for me for a bag. Another reason why I love this bag is the small size. Now let me explain. I have a tendency to overpack. When I have a bigger bag, I feel challenged. I feel tempted to fill that bag to the brim, to its maximum capacity with things that I necessarily won't use out in the field, and that's a problem for me. Now, having a smaller bag like the Alpaka Element Stack Case could actually help me to solve that issue. This bag forced me to pack more carefully. I cannot overpack this bag because it is only a 2.1 liter bag, so I have to be careful with what I put inside. I have to prioritize the gear that I will actually use and just leave the ones that I won't use at home. So that really is a healthy restriction for me. It challenges me to only prioritize gear that are essential, and for me a healthy restriction can spark a lot of creativity, and yeah, that's a nice thing about this bag, and that's why I love the smaller capacity. It's a paradox, I know. Smaller means restriction, means you cannot carry a lot of gear, but it can also mean that you become more mindful and intentional with what you carry inside. Another thing that I like from this bag, now this might sound silly and unimportant, but actually it is very helpful for me, and that is this bag can stand on its own when you put it on a table. That's very important because sometimes I'm not using this bag for photography. I'm using this for working in coffee shop, remote working, that kind of stuff, and fill it with tech gadgets that can help me to work anywhere. And being able to just put this bag on top of any table without needing to support or do weird things to the bag itself, I think is a very appreciated feature. Now, I mentioned earlier that the strap is removable. Yes, that's also another great feature for me. I can turn this small bag into a tag pouch basically, but in the perspective of photography, I can also turn this bag into a mini camera cube and put it inside of my larger backpack. For example, when I'm traveling, it's very handy because it's another big pouch that is modular. You can put it inside other bags. It can help you to pack more efficiently and organize your stuff. I think that's a helpful feature to have as well. Now, to be more objective, there are a couple of things that I think can be improved. First of all, the capacity. Yes, it is small, and as I mentioned, that helps me to become more intentional to not overpack this bag, and that's a beautiful thing. But for most people, I think that could be a problem. 2 liters. If you are not using smaller mirrorless camera system like micro four thirds or something similar, then you'll have a problem. Maybe you can only fit one camera and one lens inside and it starts to feel cramped. Another thing that could be improved, I think it would be nice if we can have a small flat hidden rear pocket to store our important documents. For example, when we are traveling, our boarding pass, our tickets, passport, or maybe even flat wallets or some bills, something like that. Maybe that could be a handy feature. Well, I'm aware that there are other versions of the Element Tag Case. There's an even smaller one, Element Tag Case Mini, and also there's a larger one as well. Maybe those bags have different features. I haven't checked them out yet, but for this specific bag, yeah, I think it would be nice to have an additional hidden rear pocket. And that wraps up today's video. So those are all of my thoughts, opinions, and experience of using the Alpaka Elements Tag Case Sling Bag. Hopefully this video has been interesting, entertaining, fun, inspiring, and helpful as well. But now, enough about me. What about you? I also want to hear from you. Share your thoughts about this bag down in the comment section below. Or maybe you want to share what is your favorite small sling bag for everyday carry, for minimalist camera setup, or something similar. Please share down below. I always love to read your comments. I always love to learn from you. But anyway, don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. If you want to support my work even further, consider becoming a member of my Patreon. Check out my latest travel photography video course called Simplifying Travel Photography. Use the affiliate links, and also maybe use the super thanks button to make a small donation to my channel. Thank you very much, and I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.